Hi guys, well today we're going to be taking a look at the new release from the guys over at Corsair. This here next to me is the 2800X RSR. What we have here is a small mid-tower case which is designed for micro ATX systems. This case is available in either black or white. We're obviously having a look today at the white version. And then inside we've kitted this out with a nifty reverse connector rig. Casting an eye over 2800X, we have an interesting setup which features a wraparound tempered glass design which offers a unique perspective. Inside we're able to install up to 10 cooling fans, and this case comes with a trio of reverse motor RS120R ARGB cooling fans. Now this case is fairly affordable. It comes in at $89 in the US, $69 in the UK and $129 in Australia. On paper, it has a strong lineup of features. We've got some intriguing options inside. Should you consider it for your next build? Let's find out. Right guys, well we're going to start with the front of 2800X, and as you can see we have a sheet of glass which would ordinarily take the place of the front panel. This provides us with a unique aspect and the ability to get a nice glimpse of the components inside from a front angle. Now with this being glass, there are no mounting points for fans, nor are there any perforations for ventilation. But one thing we do like though is the fact that this panel is detachable. Just needs a firm pull and it separates from the chassis. To make up for the lack of cooling at the front, you can see that Corsair has included a trio of cooling fans which are mounted to the side. These are RS120R fans. They are denoting that we have a reverse motor, and these fans are of course ARGB and PWM. So from the side this will introduce airflow, and since there are no components aside from maybe the GPU in front, the idea is that airflow will rebound and bounce off that side panel. Now the front panel connectivity sits up at the top and we get a power button, headphone and mic combo jack, a USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A and a USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type C. And up at the top we have a magnetic dust filter which conceals the top section of the case. As you can see there are plenty of cooling options up at the top here. We've gone ahead and installed a Corsair Titan 240, but there is allocation for attaching 3 120 or 2 140mm fans, and as such 240, 280 and even a 360mm radiator. Moving to the side panels, we have tempered glass on the prominent side which gives that edge-to-edge viewing of the internal components. And then on the alternate side, just a solid steel panel with that ventilation for the side cooling fans. Both panels are toolless, so it's just a case of unclipping them from the chassis. With those panels removed, we now have a view inside 2800X, and you can see that this case sticks to a traditional layout, and we're able to create a clean and tidy configuration. And this is actually the first time that we've built a rig with a reverse connector board, and I have to say I'm really liking how this has turned out with a super clean main chamber. This case can accommodate micro ATX and the mini ATX form factor, and micro ATX is what we've based this build around with the MSI B650M Project Zero. We've intentionally handpicked some silver and white components, and this gives you an idea of how a system would look inside this case. We're now going to go in for a closer look, and we're going to start with the power supply area, which is approached from the reverse side. Underneath the power supply we have some rubber pads to prevent that scratching and vibration, and this case can take units which are up to 220 before touching that shroud becomes a problem. We're using a Shift RM850X which has the connectors from the side, and couple that with the fact that we've got the reverse connectors on the back side, it does mean that we have quite a busy area here. That power supply area also has a dust filter which can be easily removed and cleaned when necessary. Just pulls out from the front of the case and it covers that entire bottom section. Above the power supply shroud in the main chamber, we've got the PCI covers, of which there are 4. All of these use a mini thumb screw, which are a new design and they are pretty neat. Now opposite these covers we have a graphics card anti-sag arm, which helps to alleviate any flexing which can occur from those larger, heavier cards. This arm has vertical adjustment. We've seen Corsair use it on other models and it is a really nice addition. Above the PCI covers we have the space for adding in a 120mm rear exhaust fan. There isn't one included with this case out of the box, so that is something that you will need to add in yourself. In the storage department there is just one spot. We have got a plate here which sits over the back of the CPU socket. This can house 2 SATA SSDs or a single mechanical drive. You just have to add in screws to the back side. This plate does have an indentation for dropping in a link hub like we have. This comes with the Titan liquid cooler that we've installed. Annoyingly, however, this does take up a storage spot, and with the hub we also have the cabling too, which can get in the way. Okay, so next we're going to get a closer look at the clearance options within 2800X, as this will highlight what you can fit inside. So for the CPU cooler, we've got a maximum of 170mm for the height of that heatsink before it touches the side panel. For the GPU, you have all the space from the back to the front of the case, which gives you around 410mm, which should not present any issues for any graphics card. Behind the board is where we store all the cables, so this is quite important, and especially so when we've got a reverse connector board like our example. There is around 3cm here, which gives us ample space for not only keeping the cables behind the board, but also having the connectors here too on our MSI B650M Project Zero. Although it does look busy and it's more challenging with the cable management, I really do like the appeal of a reverse connector build, and having that 3cm of clearance with this type of setup and adding in a side connector power supply, it means that we can still get that side panel on with ease. 2800X has various mounting spots for cooling fans. We can actually add in up to 10 120mm fans. There are additional spots on the power supply shroud and the bottom of the case. For rad clearance and compatibility, we have the option for a 240mm on the side, up to 360mm on the top, and a 120 at the rear. And as I mentioned earlier, we've opted for a Titan 240, and you can see just how much clearance there is around this radiator and fan combo. There is plenty of clearance. And lastly, we are going to do a quick sound test to show you what you can expect in terms of the noise levels with a full system installed. As a reminder, our case comes with 3 fans at stock, all of which are on the side of the case. So we have our KC330D sound meter, and here is the decibel reading. So that is the lowdown on Corsair's new 2800X RSR. This is a $90 case specifically designed for micro ATX, and as you've seen, it comes with a handful of really good features. You can fit up to a 360mm radiator at the top. It comes with a trio of 120mm ARGB fans, the RS120Rs. And although those are the only stock fans, we're able to add in up to 10 cooling fans in different spots around the case to really amp up that cooling should you need or want to. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, this is the first time that we built a reverse connector system inside a case, and not only did I really enjoy the process, but I really like the outcome as well. I think you guys will appreciate just how clean this build really does look. Having a wraparound design leaves cable management pretty exposed, but with a reverse connector setup, we're able to avoid the clutter and the mess. And this is exactly why reverse connector boards exist. In a case like this, every cable becomes part of the display, and so by moving all of the connectors to the back of the board, the front view becomes incredibly clean. The eye is drawn to focus on the components rather than the wires and the cabling, and it gives your rig that premium showpiece that it deserves. Naturally, the backside of the case is busier, but ports and headers are much easier to get to. And thanks to the huge amount of clearance between the motherboard tray and the side panel, you really don't have to be too careful with that cable management. So all in all, this is a well-built case, and it's a great option at this particular price point if you're in the market for a micro ATX enclosure. But what do you guys think of this new release today? Is it something you would consider? Is there anything that you think is perhaps missing from this new case? Let us know in the comment section below. If you are interested to know what the cooling performance is like for this case, we're going to have a website review which will go into the thermal performance, so be sure to check that out. The link for that is going to be on the screen and in the description. Thanks very much guys for taking time out of your day to watch. I really do appreciate it. Please like this video, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.